Flask is a micro framework built in Python. It allows you to create servers, and that's about it, but it's pretty good at allowing you to create servers. Because it's a micro framework, Flask helps you get started creating a server, but it doesn't really get in the way of your design. I say it helps you get started. It still took me a couple hours to set up for the first time. I think I'm cursed when it comes to programming in Python, but for most people, it's just quick and easy to get into. Now, because Flask is such a popular framework, you can actually find free hosting for it on a number of sites. My favorite is Python Anywhere. Flask is really cool, and they let you organize code based on which route your client wants to access and what protocol they're using. So if they want to access just regular slash with like a GET request, you can organize your code based around that. Or you might have a own special function for like /index or /info or whatever you want with like a post request or any other request. Or you might want there to be a different action that runs when your user uses a post request as opposed to GET. If you're looking to use Flask in your next Python server project, I'm going to tell you right now how you can install it and use it in your project. To install Flask, just use the pip commands. Pip install Python. The next step to getting started with the Flask app is to set up routing. This can be done using the micro framework's app.route function, which allows you to specify which route you want to assign code to and which methods it can actually take in. This way you can return different code for if you go to just the root directory or some special folder within your web project. Now, the beauty about Flask is that it doesn't actually have to correspond to a real-life file structure in your web directory, because what your server returns is only what you code in Python. So it doesn't have to have a one-to-one correlation like maybe an Apache server would. And that opens up a whole lot of possibilities with how you can use a Flask app. You can either use this more of an API type server, which is my personal favorite, just send back and forth JSON packets, just data. And then you can host the actual front end on another free site like GH Pages, for example. Or you can use Flask as a full-on web server, kind of like how Apache does. When a user accesses your server, you can just return all the HTML associated with your front-end website. There's really no clear way. You just do whatever you want with a Flask server. That's part of the beauty of the framework. The final step to creating your Flask server is that you have to write a function inside one of your routing code bodies that returns a response object. Now, for the response object, you just put some text into it and it'll return that from your server. So if you want to return a JSON for your API server or some HTML for your actual web server, just go ahead and put it into your response object. And Flask takes care of the rest. Now, for further information on Flask, I'll have two links in the description. There's the Flask website itself and the Flask GitHub. For tutorials and documentation, feel free to visit the Flask website, or if you want to know how Flask works on a technical level, visit their GitHub. If you found any of this information helpful, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, because I'll be doing a lot more of these what is blank type videos to teach you all different aspects of computer science or some sort of softwares that you might not have been aware of. Or just weird stuff in CS that I think is cool, which is most things in CS, let's be honest. You can also follow me at the social medias listed below. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I'll see you all next time.